Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you a pretty interesting Forex trading strategy for absolute beginners. Okay, we're going to take a look at what I think is the #1 Forex pair in the world right now. That's the XAUUSD, also known as gold versus the dollar. Okay, and I'm going to prove to you in this short video without any shadow of a doubt how this market moves 4,000 pips every day. Yes, you heard that correctly. 4,000 pips a day. Let's do this. All right, what's up, traders? It's Mark here at DinoTrading.com, where we teach traders how to trade without any indicators at all and focus on price action alone. All right, so in this video, you're not going to see any indicator nonsense or MACDs or Bollinger Bands or any of that garbage. We are going to keep it real, and I'm going to show you the truth about real professional Forex trading. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for a while because the XAUUSD is one of those hidden, secretive type of Forex trading pairs that, frankly speaking, not a lot of people are aware of. Right? And that's not to say there's anything wrong with those other pairs like the Euro, the GBP, the JPY, the USD. Those are all great, especially as a beginner. You're going to find those pairs useful to train on. But if you want to go where the big boys are at, all right, where the really big money is made, then I got to tell you that this right here, the XAUUSD, also known as gold versus the US dollar, is an absolute beast. Okay? But first, let's cover the basics. All right, we want to know what's the profit calculator. As you know, every Forex pair has its own nuances, and the beauty about the XAUUSD is it's priced in dollars, so the profit calculation is pretty simple, actually. Okay, so this is what the math breaks down to. All right, especially for you guys that are absolute beginners at Forex. Okay, one thing you will learn is that this is entirely a game of catching pips. All right, if you've ever heard Forex traders asking each other, hey, how many pips do you make today? How many pips do you grab? Right? Pips, pips, pips. It's all about the pips. And this is the math. This is what they're talking about. Okay, when it comes to day trading Forex, all right, every increment in price, every price tick move is known as 1 pip. Okay, this is the absolute minimum price increment that any Forex currency can move. All right, so 1 pip is the equivalent of $10, right? So 10 pips would be $100. 100 pips would be $1,000, so on and so on. Does that make sense? Okay, so in case it wasn't obvious, this comes down to the ability to grab as many pips as you can, right? Every single day. Now, with that being said, I want to show you something really interesting. All right, check out this Forex intraday range calculator that I found. All right, so if this is a game of grabbing pips, then here is an interesting calculator that keeps track of the daily ranges. Okay, so as you can see here, they have pretty much every Forex pair in the world. And what I want to draw your attention to is the very last one here in the chart. Okay, this one here, gold versus the dollar. All right, and this middle column here tells you how many pips it moves per day. In fact, they even have a bar style graph here. Okay, and in fact, if we keep scrolling down, they even have an hourly bar style graph. Look at this. Every 1 hour, this thing moves 1,000 pips. Trust me, I also thought this had to have been a mistake. This is no mistake. This is not a joke. All right, the XAUUSD is probably the #1 most volatile currency pair in the world. Okay, and for any of you guys that know me out there, you know that I love volatility. Day traders should run towards volatility. Why? Because you're never going to make money trading quiet markets, right? The only way to make money in Forex, again, my opinion, is you got to be trading wide-ranging, crazy markets like this one. Makes sense? So now let's get to the good stuff. All right, I'm going to show you an awesome Forex trading strategy for beginners, and I truly feel like any 6-year-old could master this strategy in like a day. All right, so the first thing you need to do, especially for those of you guys that are brand new to Forex trading and you're looking to organize your charts clearly and concisely, right? The first thing you got to do is get to a side-by-side setup just like this, all right, where you have the trend direction chart called the dyno bars on the left, okay, and you have the execution chart, which is my T-bar chart, but you can technically use whatever you'd like. I like the T-bars just because they are very, very good at getting you into a trade, and they're also great at telling you exactly where to place your stops, okay? So this is your exact setup every single day, okay? No matter what time of the day it is, 8 a.m., 8 p.m., 4 p.m., okay? Your trading workstation should look exactly like this. Higher time frame on the left, smaller time frame execution on the right, and there should be no indicators whatsoever. Leave the indicators for the losing traders and the guys with their heads up their butts and all those other morons who will never be able to figure out Forex, ever, right? This is a professional side-by-side setup. So watch this. Watch how I show you how to nail a perfect trade, okay? So as you guys may or may not know, the first green bar after any string of red, that's your long signal. Let me go ahead and put an arrow on there, right? Now you don't just randomly buy the market when you see this green signal bar. You want to do what? You want to wait for the pullback by drawing and identifying this zone here. Makes sense? Because we don't want to be buying it at the top of this bar. We want to be buying it on a pullback, okay? This is where all the smart money's waiting. They're all waiting inside this retracement zone, and we're expecting this market to take off. As you can see, it quite clearly did, right? But what happened inside this zone? Well, let's take a look at the micro chart and see what happened, okay? First, let's pop in that zone. So watch this. I'm going to do a little magic here. I'm going to double left click this line here. Now watch this chart on the right, okay? When I make this say all charts, I'm going to hit the OK button, but watch what happens over here. See that? I just popped in the top of the zone. Let's do the same thing with the bottom of the zone. Okay? Kaboom. Now we've got our zone, right? So now that we've got our zone, let me maximize the smaller chart here and let's really zoom in. All right, let's zoom in. I'm going to show you how we checked off one of the sweetest trades ever. All right, so let's find that bottom part of the zone. Okay, so now that we've got our zone here, all right, let me try to make this perfect here. Whenever you're inside the zone, guys, you want to draw trend lines that connect two dots, right? What are these dots? These dots are pivot points. So the first thing you got to do is grab or draw every single pivot point. As you can see here, what are pivot points? They are simply reversal bars, tops and bottoms, okay? And when you've identified those pivot points, guys, all right, and you're inside the zone, you just simply want to connect those pivot points via a downward sloping trend line. Because what you're waiting for is you're waiting for price to smash through the trend line just like this, right? We want to see price take off. Make sense? So as you can quite clearly see here, we are in the zone, all right? And we got two falling pivot points, which are right here. Let's go ahead and connect them just like that, okay? And as you can see, the trend line does in fact get broken to the upside, which means boom, you're in this trade to the long side, and you place your stop 1 pip below the previous swing low. Makes sense? Now if I squish this in, all right, let me really squish this in here. Let's see how this trade played out. All right, squish this in as much as we can. I mean, you can see. I can't even, I mean, there's not even enough room in the chart to show you what a massive winner this was, right? We got into this trade all the way over here on this trend line break. Look at where it reached, right? Massive winner. In fact, if I go back to the side-by-side view, right, everything you just saw me do on the T-bar chart on the right happened in this section here in the chart on the left. Makes sense? I mean, guys, how gorgeous does this trade setup look, right? How easily do you think the smart money traders are able to identify the signal, the retracement zone, and the pullback, right? In fact, let me just go ahead and maximize the dyno bar charts, all right? This is just one trading session, guys. This is one 24-hour Forex trading session. I'll take this to the right, okay? Same patterns, right? I'll take it to the left, same exact patterns, right? Guys, these patterns print themselves in the Forex markets every single day. And that's why I think the XAUUSD, which is again gold versus the dollar, is probably the best Forex pair for any beginner Forex trader out there. You're not going to find any other Forex market in the world that moves as much as this particular pair. Okay, guys, so listen, I hope you've learned something really informative today about learning how to trade Forex like an absolute pro. If you'd like to get your hands on these Dino Bar charts and transform your Forex trading on day one, then please get in touch. All the contact details are right below this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it awesome, please do me a favor and like this video, leave a comment below, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching this Forex video, and as always, I'll see you on the next trade.